What's going on? How y'all doing? The video gonna be about Derek Chauvin is on trial, not George Floyd. Let me repeat: Derek Chauvin is on trial, not George Floyd. George Floyd was murdered, lynched, modern day plantation lynching, 8 minutes 24 seconds, with fellow cops who are accessories to murder, and they should be charged as such. They can bring up George Floyd's drugs and his past and all that. That has nothing to do that Derek Chauvin was the murderer. White cop. Keep it 100. Opening statements and trials begins today. Now, common sense says it should be a slam dunk case. You had accessories to murder. You had a guy who knowingly put his foot on a black man's neck, broad daylight, without a care. He had standbys on lookout, allowing it to go down, with camera rolling, no shame. But if they get to flip on his defense about George Floyd's prior conditions or something like that, they can try to minimize it. And they're going to definitely try to play to the media and try to make it out like, oh, well, this is what caused it. It wasn't really like that. I'm sorry, when you got a foot on the neck, or you tying a black person up with rope, lynchings, and however you want to call it, it's the same thing. These cops will be killing black folks with their bullets. Same thing. Knowingly knowing. See, there's a difference when you stop, look, and listen and react. It's another when you react after you snap. And this is a no-brainer. But the narrative has to be on the cop who did the murder, not the victim. And they're going to conveniently try to flip it and spin it. They're going to try to make Derek Chauvin seem like, well, he was doing his job and how he be doing. Well, if that's how you're doing your job, you're doing a lousy job. If murdering and attacking and assaulting black people, the first thing you see is what comes to mind, you're a racist and you're being trained to not to serve and protect the community. However, you're being told that you're allowed to keep recipe and keep what is considered Jim Crowism going. See, because that's what it ends up coming to. And this ain't the first rodeo for the Minneapolis Police Department. And this been going on, as has been in other departments across the United States against black folks. But anyway, Derek Chauvin is on trial, not George Floyd. And I hope they remember that and stick to the facts and stick to the reality and the whole scene. Not a side dish of this or side that or that. See, because that agenda could be negative. If they don't stick to the facts, they turn something that is kind of obvious into the unknown. And don't want that. All right, give me your thoughts and takes when I tell you about Derek Chauvin is on trial, not George Floyd. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe. I welcome thoughts and comments. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. And they stick to the facts. Chauvin is done. And his crew should be too. Because George Floyd, amongst many black folks, deserves justice.